welcome back to the channel. We've got two videos for you today. The first one is going to be a longer waited video because we've been waiting for this particular guy to make this part for well over a year, I reckon, and he's finally got round to it. Found the time to actually, get one designed and sent out. So he sent me one. I'm going to show you what it is. It's by the man, the legend that is Ben Lake at Benjeneering, and he's sent and he's finally made basically the firewall guard. Yes, that's right, the firewall guard. If you own a Mazda 3 MPS, which I'm sure you do because you're watching the channel, these are a must-have because the tinfoil one that's in place when you first get the car doesn't take long before that gets destroyed. A little bit of a in and out of the turbo, and next minute that's just turned to powder and it disappears, as you will see when I show you what was on mine, because I tinfoiled it just to make it not look as shabby, and in turn made it look more shabby. But anyway, we fixed that now due to the lovely firewall by Benjeneering. Yes, so we'll do this first vid and I'll show you how to fit it. It's not exactly rocket science. It's just two nuts. You pull the old one off, you put the new one on, screw it up, bang tidy, get on your way, go down to your next meet and open your hood and show off your firewall. So let's do that and then we'll get to the second vid. Okay, so this is the really bad tinfoil job that's temporary in terms of its keeping its dust and the disintegration of the actual original firewall protector, which is just gash. We're going to need to take off all of the clamps there to undo the bottom of the intercooler, that bolt, and that bolt. And when that's off, it will look like this. And you'll be able to get to it a lot easier. There's just two plastic screw type nuts, which we're going to take off now. And just put them aside. Like so. Pull this dusty number out. So you can see it's fallen to bits already, look at it. So we'll go and dispense that into the garage. Like so. Boosh. And we'll go and grab the new shiny metal one from the hallway. So that's what you should have when we're done. A nice empty space ready for it. We'll just grab the new one now. That there, as you can see with the MPS, is a cups holder bottom plate for the Mark 1. It doesn't fit the Mark 2. He's apparently designing one for the Mark 2, but that's definitely one for the Mark 1. And here we go, look at that. Mint. Obviously you can powder coat them or whatever you want to do to them if you want. And obviously it's done by our man at Benjeneering, Mr. Ben Lake. That's his website. Link is in the description. Again, there's the cup holder plate at the bottom. So yeah, dead easy to fit this. Obviously it's not rocket science, just sweep it down the back. Obviously it's a bit more fiddly when you only do it with one hand, but basically it just pushes on to the threads that are on there. Like so. And then it should look all nice and flush down the back there like that. Tops. Already looks better, doesn't it? And then we just stick the nuts on that he supplies. You could stick the plastic ones back on if you want, but not recommended. So we'll stick these 10 mils on. He's given us 10 mils with washers. So again, dead easy to do this. This is not rocket science whatsoever. And just bang them on. And get your 10 mil socket out. And start tightening up. have a little accident here. Watch. And boom! Bye-bye socket. Right down the back of the engine bay. Oh God. But I'll deal with that later. So this is all of it back on. And that's a tasty little firewall protector there. Oosh. Well done, Ben lad. These are going to fly off the shelves, I guarantee it. So make sure you get your order in as quick as you can so you don't miss out. Okay, as you can see, that was really easy to install. It's a piece of piss. Links to everything you need from Benjeneering is in the description below, so go down there, click on the links, show them some love, get your firewall plate ordered, and before he runs out of stock and has to restock again, because they're going to fly out, these things, they're not going to stay in. Everybody's been waiting for them, so as soon as they became available, they started going like hotcakes, so make sure you get involved. So that's that. So big shout out to Benjeneering and Mr. Ben Lake for sending us one, and you know, finally getting it done, man. Just the final piece to the whole engine dressing scenario that he's got, because he's got a lot of dressing stuff for the engine bay, and that was the final piece that was missing to just finish everything off. He's actually doing some more stuff now that involves like top plates of stuff. Just click on the link, you'll go and find out all the stuff that he's doing for the Mazda 3. I think he's doing some for the Mazda 6 as well. Obviously the engine bay in a Mazda 6 is more or less the same in terms of the engine dressing, so you'll be able to get a lot of that stuff for your Mazda 6 as well. Not sure about the engine, the firewall plate, as we've discussed. I can't remember whether it's the same type or not, but anyway, you'll find it out. Just have a little search on the intervals, and you'll find it out. Anyway, what's next? Well, as you all know, or maybe not know, the driver's side front speaker on the car is blown. It's farting its ass off, and me being a studio engineer and a producer of music, this is like my most irritating thing about the car, because it farts less at higher volume than it does at low volume. At low volume, it's just distorting its pits off, and it really annoys me, because you know I don't want to have my music full blast all the time. That's not how I roll. So we're going to replace them. And what are we going to replace them with, you may ask? Well, I'm going to take you on a journey, because it's going to be a bit of a I don't know how this is going to go type of thing. We could run into problems where I might need speaker spacers. Maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, we've bought these. Check this out. Bass. I don't know whether that's bass face or bass pace. Oh no, it says there, bass face. Ah! Anyway, yeah, these are bass face speakers. Cheap and chatty, nothing expensive. But obviously the magnets on these are already 1,000 times bigger than the Bose ones that are in the car, because they're literally the size of 10p pieces. The actual original Bose one. I don't even know how they make the sound that they do from such a small magnet. But hee-ho. So we'll get these, I'll show you them. And it's top quality China material. And it's, I'm glad you can't see them in the car, because they'll probably look a bit, what's the word, chintzy. But it attracted me to buy them. So, try and get them out of the box. Come on. Come on, man. There we go. And there we have it. Bass face. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get out the packaging. Come on, get off. Look at that. Woo! No chance of this one blowing anytime soon. Well, the cone anyway. The wiring, on the other hand, might go, but not with the stock system. There's not enough power in it to blow this thing. But there we have it. We're going to try and fit these. These are what size were they again? Because the Mazda's a bit of an odd one. They're not a 6x9. They're a 6x8. Also, they can do a 5x7. They can fit. So these can fit a 5x7 and a 6x8. cavity, which covers everything really, from your Mazdas to your Fords and stuff. So yeah, we're going to try and fit these. Now, by rights, these should just slot straight in. We just take the old ones off, which are a 5x7 speaker themselves, but the hole is a 6x8, as you'll see when we get the door card off. And these should fit straight in. The only issue we may have is that the magnet sits out quite far, so the window, when it's closing, might hit the magnet. So we're going to be doing it with the window open, and we'll know when we go to fit it whether it's touching or not. So, but this is the journey bit that I'm talking about, which you're going to have to come along to, because I'm going to have to figure something out as we go along, and you can see how my tiny ginger brain works in terms of when we come up against problems, how we can solve them in some sort of ad hoc way. So let's go and get this door panel off and get busy. I think my dogs are fighting. Right, come on, let's go. Okay, so the speaker install, it's relatively easy really. So first thing, get yourself a flathead screwdriver and just take out, there's a little plastic plate just behind the door handle. Just pull that out and you'll see a little screw behind that. And again, just stick a screwdriver in the bottom of the handle trim and just prise it off. Make sure your windows are down for this whole procedure, because if anything's going to get in the way of the window, you'll find out. Next we got, like, it's basically a light for the door handle. There's a little clip holding it in. Just clip it out and then just get the wiring off out of the way. Again, just take your time with it. Like with everything really, take your time. No need to rush anything. You don't need breaking stuff and making more work for yourself. So take the 3 screws out, like so, and then just pop all of the little clips that are holding the door card on, and then pop your little tweeter cover off. Pull it off, and then you've got 3 connector plugs on the back. So you want to get all 3 off. Now the ones that are on the actual switches are a right pain to get off, so it's going to take a bit of fighting to get that off. Then unscrew the speaker, unplug it from the plug. There we go. And now what we want to do is we want to jigsaw the actual plug connector off this speaker, because we want to use it, rather than chopping wires and getting rid of plugs and stuff. This just makes it far less complicated. So just jigsaw either side of the actual plug itself, and just go a little bit into the cone as you do it, and then you just literally bend it off and it'll snap off. There you go. And then just cut the wires, because it's the wires to the actual speaker itself. You don't need them. There we go. Okay, so when you look on this plug, there's 4 wires. Alright. The red one, the 2 inner ones, which are the 2 center ones, the red and the blue. The red's positive, blue's negative. Okay, so when the plug's in, like this, yeah, you can see which terminal is red. So this one here is the positive, that one's the negative. Just solder them on like that, which are connected to the speakers. Plug them in, job's a good one. On we go. Let's get fitting. Okay, so this is the part of the vid that gets a little bit technical. Now, obviously I'm butchering the original speaker. So what I've done is I've just jigsawed either side of it, of the connector on the actual speaker, the original speaker, and just pulled it off nice and clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the soldering iron and get these two taken off. So that's our positive and negative. Yeah. And then we've got our positive, which is the red wire with the black, or the red line with the black wire is our positive, and negative is the thin one, the thin terminal connector. Thick one is the positive. We're going to give ourselves some length to play with, because we'll want to, you know, be able to put this somewhere where it's not clackling about, so we can sort that out and connect it up to the connector nice and lovely like, and then that should be good to go. I've had to make it's a 4mm for this one, for the height of it, a 4mm spacer out of wood, which I've just cut out with a jigsaw roughly, and test fitted it, and it seems to be missing the glass, which is what we wanted. So yes, let's get soldering and see what the end product looks like. So as you can see, this is how you do the wiring to wire up to the connector. As I've shown you which is positive and which is negative, so I'm just tinning the wires here, ready, and then we'll get rid of the old wiring that was on the original plug on the speaker side, which is these little buggers here. Just pull them out of the way, don't need them. And then solder on your positive, and then your negative. Boom, that's the speaker ready. Take it outside. Now I did actually cut a spacer, 4mm spacer from what there you go, you can see it there, and that's just enough to clear the glass. So that's basically what we're doing, just getting it ready. Plop it in, make sure the wire's clear, and then screw the sucker in. Once it's in, plug it in, plug all your plugs back in. Make sure that the new plug that you've hooked for the speaker is, I've jammed it out the way underneath one of the wiring harnesses, so it doesn't go anywhere. And that's basically it. It's just all in reverse now to get it all back together. Make sure all your clips are in your door card and not in the door when you go to put the door card back on. So if there's any clips left in the door, take them out, attach them back to the door card, and then place your door card back on. Put your tweeter cover back on. Put your screws in to get your door back together and screwed up all nice and tight. Put your covers back on. Boom and boom. And check the window, make sure it still clears, which it does. And that's it, job done. That's it. Okay, that concludes the video. Thanks if you've made it to the end, for staying with us for so long. I know it was quite a lengthy video. Most of mine normally are, to be fair. But yeah, anyway, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications so it'll tell you when I've uploaded the next video. And hit the like button if you liked it, and dislike if you disliked it. And hit me up in the comments as always. And yeah, it was a successful video, I thought. The Benjeneering stuff, you will need to go and order yourself one as quickly as you can, because they will not last long before he's run out, and he'll need to get a fresh batch and you'll have to wait. But you know what I mean, so just get clicking as fast as you can in the description on the links that I've supplied below. And as for the speaker replacement, it turned out a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have a few headaches, especially with the spacer issue, because I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to make anything, but I managed to, so jobs are good. Anyway, until the next video, peace, and enjoy yourself and stay safe and all that palaver. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.